Welcome to the Wolf of the West YouTube channel. Today I will be doing a review and breakdown of Nope. Let's get straight to it. Jordan Peele has gained a lot of respect in the film industry recently as a producer. His first two big movies were both a huge success. Get Out was his first production, and it was flawless. I remember being so shocked and on edge during that movie experience, afterwards watching multiple breakdowns and review videos out of curiosity. Us was also a hit, but just not as impressive as Get Out in my own opinion. Peele is known to write stories that start a discourse among viewers. It must be a great feeling seeing your film gain so much attention and becoming a spectacle, which is a theme of his newest movie. Nope starts off on a ranch with our protagonist OJ and his father Otis Sr. OJ and his family keeps up a ranch in California. We see him tending to his horse while having a conversation with his father. OJ seems depressed and his father asks him how he's doing. Soon after the power shuts off and loose pieces of trash starts flying everywhere, OJ's father is killed by a coin that flies into his skull. The film continues as OJ and his sister M find out what's going on at the ranch. The story of Nope is simple but very complex at the same time. It keeps you engaged because you are curious about this UFO type of monster. What even is it and why is it doing what it's doing? Throughout, I was eager to find out more details about the story, but I never got that payoff that I wanted, sadly. The film is very ambiguous and doesn't explain much of anything. It's fun to put context clues together, but at some point you have to feed your audience. Jordan Peele is giving us samples of a great dish but refusing to give us the full meal, even though we've already paid for it. I'm all for leaving things up to speculation because it creates a fun dialogue. But when you leave everything up to the viewers, it feels like you're not doing your own job. If an average producer released this exact same film, I think it wouldn't get much praise. But because it's Peele and a lot of people will dig extra deep and call it a masterpiece. If a famous painter closed their eyes and painted a sloppy painting with their left foot, people would still admire and buy that painting because of how much respect they have for that particular artist. Our main character, OJ, was played by Daniel Kaluuya, the star of Jordan's best movie, Get Out. He does a good but not amazing job in this role. This character was written to be stoic, so I can't put any blame on Daniel. I wish we gotten more of a backstory on OJ. He seemed depressed in the beginning before his father even died. When writing a main character, he has to connect with the viewer so we can relate and sympathize with him throughout the movie. OJ didn't create that type of feeling in this movie, in my opinion. If we knew more about his backstory, the action scenes would have been more intense because we would have strong feelings for OJ. One thing we could assume about him is that the loss of his mother hurt him a lot. We briefly saw a picture of who I'd assumed to be her in the film, but no other mention. We can guess that OJ was very close with his mother, and this is the reason why he was so grumpy throughout the movie. This particular bond could have been explored more, that way we can compare younger OJ to how he is now. Em is basically the co-protagonist of the story. She's the younger sister of OJ and is played by Keke Palmer. Palmer truly brings some life into the film and keeps you entertained throughout. Em is opposite of her brother OJ, very energetic, loud, and charming. I'm so glad she puts this much effort into her performance because without her, this movie would have been a snooze fest. It's time to get my rating before we get into the spoilers. Nope is going to be a 6 out of 10 for me. I came into it with very high expectations and was pretty underwhelmed. I didn't learn much throughout the 2-hour watch time. It was mostly just bits and pieces of OJ running away from an alien. There wasn't enough oh my god moments or any plot twists at all. 90% of the cast was forgettable and the alien was cool but wasn't enough to make up for the movie's questionable writing. Now let's get into the spoilers and break down whatever we saw. Ricky, aka Jupe, was our lead side character. Honestly, he was easily the most entertaining part of the story. He was a child actor on a famous show that featured Jordy, a chimpanzee, as the main character. On a birthday episode, a character gives Jordy a box of balloons. He then goes berserk and kills almost the entire cast. Ricky survived this savage attack, but why did he exactly? Ricky hides from Jordy under the table. Jordy sees Ricky under the table and approaches him. He tries to fist bump him instead of attacking. Most fans will claim that the reason Ricky survived is because of him staring at the shoe standing straight up in the background. While this played a role, I think the main reason why he survived was because of the tablecloth blocking their eye contact. Ricky wasn't staring at the shoe the entire time, it was only a brief distraction. The aliens work the exact same way. Don't look into his eyes and it won't see you as a threat. Imagine standing in an elevator and a stranger faces you and stares you directly into your eyes with a blank face, being completely silent. This will put you on defense just like it does for predators. These stares are a sign of a challenge. OJ made this comparison using a bullfighting for example. Ricky's storyline of using the alien as a spectacle just like they did with Jordy was the best part of the movie. Ricky didn't learn from the mistakes of the producer of Jordy's TV show. Let's get to the theme of the story. The moral of the story is that you cannot tame a beast. There's a story that involves a scorpion and a duck. The scorpion asks the duck for a ride across the river. The duck says that it can't trust the scorpion and that it would probably sting him. The scorpion says that he wouldn't sting him because they would both die in the water if he did. The duck agrees to carry him on his back. As soon as they both get into the water, the scorpion stings the duck and they both die. You wonder why the scorpion would sting the duck? Well, he's a scorpion and that's what they do. Certain beasts are untrainable. The TV show producer tried to tame multiple chimps to make money and entertain people. Multiple people died for this mistake. Ricky himself tried to tame a beast, which was the alien, for money and to entertain his audience. He and his whole audience end up dying because of this mistake. Nope was a film that wasn't great, but definitely sparks an interesting conversation. Some people say that all publicity is good publicity. I'm sure Jordan is happy with the sales and engagement this movie has earned. All likes and comments are greatly appreciated and they help my channel grow. Thanks for staying and have a blessed day.